Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Today, just going to go over some recent changes that you may not be aware of that might be affecting your game. Let's get into it here. Okay, so if you didn't know, you can loot the petrified corpses, but I can't remember getting anything from them. I heard you can very rarely get something from them, but I don't remember ever getting anything from them. This has changed now. You almost, or I would say every time I've looted one now, you do get something from them. I notice you get a little bit of waste sometimes, and most of the time I do seem to get caps. Unfortunately, you only get like 1 to 3 caps that I've seen so far, but I just did loot a couple over here at Morgantown Airport. If you want to try this, there is a ton of them over here. Please let me know in the comments if you get anything better than just some junk or, up to 3 caps. It'd be pretty cool if we got something rare. Now, on to the throwing arc here. I've gotten a lot of comments about this and about the perk card. The perk card has basically been removed. So if you are throwing grenades or projectiles and you want that arc, it is no longer a perk card under perception. It is now included in the settings. So it's basically a free perk card now. I think it's a really good change. You just come into your settings here and we go pretty much down to here where it says show throwing arc. Make sure that's on, guys. I don't know why you would have it off, to be honest. And here's a cool little trick as well. If you take some Vault Steel, which is some pretty light junk in my opinion, 200 of it specifically, it may change depending on your build, you can lock this, right? We do have the ability to lock stuff, but the cool thing about locking the Vault Steel scrap is it's very good for junk shield, and it'll give you a lot better resistances. Now, again, this may depend on your build, but I just thought this was extremely useful. This was 200 Vault Steel without junk shield. This is 200 Vault Steel with junk shield, so just throwing that out there in case you want to get some more resistances. I was able to get 110 energy and damage resistance just from doing this. You can get Vault Steel at the Rusty Pick if you are not familiar with that. It's part of an old raid, basically. You use it for building the Stranglerheart power armor if you're wondering what it is, and it is a little bit of script. So if you're looking, for a reason to spend some script, this might be something to do. Now, on to the caravans. I'm not going to say that they're totally fixed because I have seen a couple of bugs, I think, but you can finish them now, so that's basically the main thing in my opinion. This is a great change. There's basically a time limit to them now that you can see here. No matter what, if they get stuck, once that time runs out and the Brahmin's still alive, I would assume, you will be able to get the rewards. So, if this deterred you from doing caravans now, it's almost a guarantee that you're going to finish them now. I totally understand this making you not wanting to do them. My caravan used to get stuck all the time, so now you just basically have to wait a little bit and you still will get the rewards. Keep in mind you are getting improved bait from these now. Also, bonus limb damage from twisted muscles no longer works with ranged weapons. So if you're having a really hard time with VATS or aiming or using VATS, this may be why. Take off twisted muscles. You can see here in the footage, VATS is working very decently. I will provide a build in the description if you want to use the same build I was using there. Now, locking items is a great feature, of course. Now, you might notice that you might not be able to transfer them or consume them like I am here. Maybe you want to drink some tea and it's locked and you found that you can't do anything with it. It is good that we can lock them, but excuse me, just to point out, go to the bottom of your settings here and allow consumable use and allow lock stash. I actually had to turn this on myself on PlayStation. Another good change, I think, too, although I did get used to the new way we were pinging stuff, they did revert it back to the original way, so you just hold it now, but you can switch that as well. You can hold to ping or turn it off now. Just throwing that out there in case you want to switch it back and do the turbo ping again, rather than bringing up your emojis or whatever and then pushing down for it to work like I kind of had to do, which I did get used to. I switched it back myself. I'd rather have it the original way. A little change with fishing here. Now, I really wish we had this since the beginning, but you can see how much of one type of fish you have caught now. So you just need to inspect the fish. It'll show you how many you've caught. Again, I really wish this was implemented at the beginning, but still an awesome change, and I'm very happy about it. So now you can keep track of how much of one type of fish you've caught. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Deathclaws were like one-hitting me before the update. They're still extremely powerful, but you can see there has been some changes to them. They're definitely not as bad as they used to be. Like, I was literally getting one hit by them in power armor, and now, like, even out of power armor, it's very easy to survive even a couple of them. It depends which one, but still. Definitely a good change, I think, there. Also, the auto axe. You can see how fast you swing it here. Well, I thought this was a cool little change, actually. And if you put on a perk here, I forget what it is called here. What is it called? Oh, it's one of the new heavy perks that got changed. Tightly wound it is. Weapons spin up faster. This actually affects the auto axe, if you can believe that. Look how fast this works now. Definitely a perk card to consider if you're using the auto axe now. Also, Bloody Mess. I know a lot of you know, but if you don't, it is not as good as it used to be. Only use it if you're using a bleeding type weapon. Some 4-stars have been added as well. Some Sightseers here, 50% range and damage when aiming down sights. Satiated, hunger and thirst fill with each kill. Brutalist, each kill gives 1+ strength for 5 minutes, max 10. This is going to be a must for melee users almost, I think. Crusaders, 1+ special point for each equipped armor piece, up to +5 on a full stack. We have Metabolic, all chem serums, bobbleheads, and magazine buffs last 5% longer, up to 25% full stack. We have Rebounders, return 10% ballistic and explosive damage received from an enemy target back towards them, up to 50% on a full stack. We have Overloaders, 10% chance to trigger an EMP pulse when hit, up to 50% on a full stack, dealing 50 energy damage to nearby enemies for 5 seconds. Stagger Proof, 15% chance to not stagger from any damage types, up to 80% on a full stack. And Voltaic, sprinting builds up a charge and releases an EMP shockwave when you stop that stuns and deals energy damage to nearby enemies. I want to be clear, these are not in the game. There's no way to acquire them that I know of, so just throwing that out there, but they are there if you want to look at them. Also, the LMG has a 5.56 receiver now and a 45 receiver if I'm not mistaken, so just throwing that out there. And the 308 is still the best if I'm not mistaken. I definitely have to do some testing on that, just throwing that out there. There are 2 new receivers basically, 6 if you include the Prime. And throwing this out there too, there is an aid box as well at the trade station here that I'm showing. Don't forget to pick up your leader bobblehead there. That is a guaranteed leader bobblehead spawn. It's not guaranteed to be there, but it is guaranteed to be a leader bobblehead. Just throwing that out there. And again, there is a chems stash box here. If you have Fallout First and you're looking for a place to put your chems, it is here. Let me know in the comments, guys, if there's any other spots. I'm sure Bethesda put these in more than these 2 spots that I'm showing, but there is one at the trade post here I'm showing, and there is another one just inside the raids here, the Gleaming Depths that I'm going to show. Again, please let me know if you guys find any more of these. I'm sure there's more than these 2, but these are 2 useful ones, especially the one in the raid here, in case you forgot Super Stim Packs or something and you're farming the Guardian. Definitely good to know. And yeah, that's pretty much it, everybody. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you would like to add. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch the videos. Have a pleasant evening.